Hi there, students. It's Mr. Falstrom, and in this video, we are going to be exploring and examining the relationship, the connection that exists between fractions and division. So the first thing that I need you to do is to take a moment and read the word problem that I have up here for you. And if you need to pause the video, go ahead. Okay. So now that you've read the problem, I have a couple questions. The first question is, what words in the problem help us understand that this is a division problem? And the clue words that kind of tell us that this is a division problem would be share equally. Anytime you see something that's being shared equally, that's a clue that we're dividing, because division is about putting things into equal groups. My next question is, I'm going to write two expressions for you, and you're going to help me figure out which one is the right one. So first one I'm writing is 3 divided by 2, and the other one is 2 divided by 3. And my question is, which of these expressions correctly represents the situation that is happening in this problem? Is it 3 divided by 2, or is it 2 divided by 3? And the correct expression that represents this problem is 2 divided by 3, because if you read the problem again, the 2 represents the sheets of construction paper, the 3 represents the students. So 2 divided by 3 means we're taking the 2 sheets of construction paper, we're going to divide them into 3 equal parts. If you picked 3 divided by 2, what you just picked, if you picked that, is you're taking 3 people and then we're dividing them into halves. We are not cutting people into halves. Anytime you have a division problem that has people, you never want to divide up the people unless, like, we're putting them in different cars or different rooms or different groups. That's okay. But in this case, when we have people in construction paper, we're not going to divide the 3 people into 2 parts. That doesn't make sense. The 2 parts is actually 2 sheets of construction paper. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And so the problem that we're doing is 2 divided by 3. And you can see right here, I've got 2 squares underneath the problem. Those are going to represent our pieces of construction paper. And so if we're going to take 2 pieces of paper and divide them by 3, what we're going to do is just take each piece of paper, and I'm going to do my best to be accurate as I can. It's not going to be perfect, but we're going to divide each one into 3 pieces. We're just going to pretend that they're equal. That was a pretty good straight line. Okay, so we've divided our 2 sheets of paper into 3 parts. So how much does each person get? So each piece is a third piece. This is a third, that's 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 a third. So if we figure this out, one person will they'll be able to get 2 of the thirds pieces. The second person will also be able to get 2 of the thirds pieces, and the last person will also be able to get 2 of the thirds pieces. So the actual answer to this problem, 2 divided by 3, the answer to this problem is each person is going to get 2 thirds. And this is really what we're going to talk about, this whole thing right here. this is the relationship I mentioned at the start of the video when we're going to look at the connection between fractions and division. 2 divided by 3 is the same as 2/3. In other words, if I give you any fraction, I'm going to go ahead and just erase this over here to have a little bit more. If I give you any fraction, for example, let's say 1/4. 1/4 is equal to the problem 1 divided by 4. They mean the same thing. 1 divided by 4, the answer is 1/4. 1/4 is equal to 1 divided by 4. You can take any fraction and turn it and write it as a division problem. For example, I don't know, 5/9 would be the same as 5 divided by 9. So the fraction bar it means divide. It's the same meaning as the division symbol. 5/9 means 5 divided by 9. So that is the relationship. And for example, if somebody were to give you a problem, a word problem like this, where you're having 2 whole numbers. So in this problem, we were actually dividing 2 whole numbers. There were no, you don't see, when you just read the word problem, you don't see any fractions. You just see 3 and 2, and we're dividing. So, I mean, if somebody gave you a problem and said, hey, what is 7 divided by 8? A whole number divided by a whole number. You can just say, oh, 7 divided by 8. Well, the answer to that is going to be 7/8. And that is the relationship. I mean, if you wanted to draw a picture, you could draw 7 holes. You could cut each hole into 8 parts. Or if you actually understand the relationship, you can just go straight to realizing I can take any problem where I'm dividing 2 whole numbers, I can just turn that into a fraction. So thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.